Ever heard those spooky stories from Europe that send shivers down tourist spines? The ones whispered in ancient castles and dark alleyways. Well, tonight we're diving deep into some of the most chilling tales the continent has to offer. But before we begin, a little warning. These aren't your typical campfire stories. These are legends that have haunted generations, blurring the line between myth and reality. So, dim the lights, get comfortable, and prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of Europe's darkest folklore. Our first stop is the windswept coast of Ireland, home to the terrifying legend of the Banshee. Imagine hearing a wail in the dead of night, a sound so sorrowful it pierces your very soul. That's the cry of the Banshee, a female spirit said to be a harbinger of death. According to the lore, each prominent Irish family had its own Banshee. When a family member was about to die, she would appear. Sometimes as a beautiful woman with flowing white hair, other times as a withered old hag. Her keening, a mournful cry, would drift through the moors, a final, chilling announcement that a soul was about to depart. Locals say that if you hear her cry once, it's a warning. If you hear it 3 times, death is not just near, it's at your door. Even today, in rural parts of Ireland, a strange, unexplained wail in the night is enough to make the blood run cold. Next, we travel to the dense, dark forests of Germany, the birthplace of the Krampus. While most of the world associates Christmas with Santa Claus and good cheer, in the alpine regions of Germany and Austria, a more sinister figure accompanies Saint Nicholas. Krampus is his dark counterpart, a horned, cloven-hoofed demon who punishes naughty children. His appearance is terrifying, covered in black or brown fur, with a long, pointed tongue lolling out, and carrying chains and a bundle of birch branches to swat misbehaving kids. Instead of leaving gifts, Krampus stuffs the worst offenders into his sack and drags them away to his lair. The annual Krampuslauf, or Krampus Run, sees people dressed as these horrifying demons, chasing onlookers through the streets, turning a festive season into a night of delightful terror. It's a stark reminder that in some parts of the world, you better be good, for goodness sake, or else. Let's now venture east, to the eerie landscapes of Romania, the land of Dracula. But we're not talking about the charming count from Bram Stoker's novel. We're talking about the real source of the vampire myth, the strigoi. In Romanian folklore, strigoi are troubled souls who rise from the grave. They can be living people with magical properties, known as live strigoi, or reanimated corpses, the dead strigoi. These creatures are said to have the ability to transform into animals, become invisible, and drain the vitality of their victims, from livestock to family members. The belief was so strong that for centuries, suspected strigoi would be exhumed, their hearts staked or removed, and their bodies burned to ensure they wouldn't return to plague the living. Even in modern times, villages in rural Romania have reported incidents of families digging up deceased relatives they believe had become strigoi. It's a bone-chilling legend that proves some fears never truly die. Our journey then takes us to the misty shores of Scotland, to the infamous Loch Ness. While many tourists flock here, hoping to catch a glimpse of Nessie, the beloved monster, the original legend is far more sinister. The first recorded encounter dates back to the 6th century, when an Irish monk, St. Columba, supposedly encountered a water beast that had just mauled a local man. He commanded the beast to retreat, and it obeyed. For centuries after, the creature was known not as a gentle giant, but as a dangerous kelpie or water horse. These mythical creatures were said to lure unsuspecting travelers, especially children, onto their backs with their tame appearance. Once the victim was mounted, the kelpie's sticky hide would trap them, and it would gallop into the deepest part of the loch, drowning and devouring its prey. So, the next time you see a postcard of the friendly-looking Nessie, remember the darker, more terrifying legend that lurks beneath the water's surface. From Scotland, we sail to Scandinavia, the land of the Vikings and Norse mythology. Here, we encounter the Draugr. Forget the slow, shambling zombies you see in movies. The Draugr are the super zombies of the ancient world. These are reanimated Viking warriors who retain a semblance of their intelligence, and possess superhuman strength. They guard their burial mounds and the treasures buried with them, showing immense hatred for the living. A draugr is described as having jet black skin, glowing eyes, and the stench of decay. They could swell to enormous sizes, crush men with their bare hands, and were notoriously difficult to kill. To permanently stop a draugr, a hero had to wrestle it back into its grave, decapitate it with its own sword, place the head at its feet, and then burn the body to ashes. These tales of undead horrors served as a warning to grave robbers, and a testament to the Viking belief in a physical, brutal afterlife. Our final tale comes from the sun-drenched streets of Spain, where a sorrowful ghost known as La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, roams. Though the legend is most famous in Latin America, its roots can be traced back to Spanish folklore. The story tells of a beautiful woman named Maria who drowns her own children in a river. In a fit of rage after their father leaves her for a wealthier woman, instantly consumed by guilt, she drowns herself as well. But she is denied entry into the afterlife, forced to wander the earth for eternity, searching for her lost children. Her ghostly figure, clad in a white gown, is seen weeping along riverbanks and lake shores. Her cry, Miss Hijos, oh, my children, is a terrifying omen. They say if you hear her close by, she is actually far away. But if her wails sound distant, she is right behind you. She is said to snatch wandering children who are out after dark, mistaking them for her own in the dim light before drowning them in the same waters. These stories, from the wailing banshee to the child-snatching La Llorona, are more than just scary tales. They are cultural artifacts, born from the fears, beliefs, and histories of the people who first told them. They served as warnings, explained the unexplainable, and gave a face to the deepest anxieties of life and death. Which of these legends do you find the most terrifying? Is there a local ghost story from your hometown that can compete with these European nightmares? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of folklore, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more explorations of the world's most frightening legends. Thanks for watching, and try not to think too much about what might be lurking just outside your window tonight.